The rain didn't just fall. It shattered onto the earth, slamming against the asphalt with deafening force. The wind, uncontrollable and wild, howled and ripped the trees from their roots, as if nature itself was at war. The road disappeared under the storm, almost swallowed by chaos. It was almost midnight, and the storm showed no signs of letting up. The cold sliced like blades, freezing the soul of anyone daring enough to be out there. Max, the German shepherd, trembled, each step a struggle. His paws sank into the puddles, his ribs visible beneath the soaked and sopping fur. The pain consumed him, the fatigue a shadow trailing him, but hunger and fear pushed him forward. He didn't know how long he had been out there, nor how he had gotten there. He just knew that he had to keep going. His body begged him to stop, but he knew that if he did, there would be no more time. And then he heard it. A sound. A cry. Weak. Desperate. Human. The tension ran through his body. It wasn't an animal. It was a child. He froze, his ears vibrating with the echo of something he knew to be a life hanging by a thread. The pain was forgotten. He didn't think. He just ran. The storm, the cold, the exhaustion. They all disappeared. He had to find her. Max pushed forward with speed, his breath heavy and uneven. Each step took him deeper into the forest. The pain became a muffled scream, but it didn't matter. He couldn't stop. And then he saw her. A styrofoam box, soaked and dirty, moving slightly. Inside, a child almost dead, her pale face, blue lips, her tiny body trembling. Her breathing was weak, like she was about to fade away. Without hesitation, Max grabbed the box with his teeth, his jaws clamping tightly around it, and began to drag it. Every movement was agony, each pull like a razor cutting into his bones, but he didn't stop. The child's life was in his paws. He dragged the box across the cold, wet ground toward the road. The storm was getting worse, the road ahead a ghostly blur, headlights flickering in and out of sight like distant apparitions. Max barked, his voice hoarse and broken, but no one stopped. Not a single car slowed down. The headlights flashed on him for a second, and it felt like the world was mocking him. He barked louder, more desperately, but the world just sped by, the sound of engines fading into the night. Despair overtook him. His bark faded, and he dragged himself back to the box, the baby still groaning weakly inside. He lay down beside her, his breath heavy, shaking with cold, but his paws still firmly on the box. He pressed his body against the baby, trying to warm her, his eyes fixed on the road. He couldn't give up. Not now. Then, a figure appeared. Grace. She was walking quickly down the road, umbrella in hand, on her way home after her shift. She almost passed him, just another stray dog in the rain, until a movement caught her eye. Max lay there motionless, eyes locked onto her, his stance defensive, as if guarding something precious. She stepped closer, and her heart stopped when she saw the styrofoam box. Her hands trembled as she opened it. The baby inside was pale, barely breathing, but there was still a spark of life. Grace grabbed her phone, dialing the paramedics, her hands shaking uncontrollably. And as she did, she looked at Max. He wasn't moving. He was exhausted, but there was something in his eyes. Something that told her this dog wasn't just saving a child. He was saving what little hope he had left. The ambulance arrived. The doctors rushed to the baby, but it was clear. Mara, the girl, had been saved. Max was taken in, his strength drained, but his story spread like wildfire. He was no longer just a lost dog. He was a hero. Days passed, and Max and Mara became inseparable. Wherever Mara went, Max followed. He was there when she started crawling, when she took her first steps. But what no one knew was that Max's true test of heroism was far from over. One night, Max woke up in the middle of the night with frantic barking. He ran to Mara's crib, sniffing frantically. She was in distress, her breathing erratic, her body cold. Death was close. Grace woke up, ran to the crib, and saw Mara beginning to faint. Max once again had saved her. Time passed, and Max, now known as Guardian, became a legend. His story invaded the headlines, was shared on social media. He was more than a dog. He was everyone's hero, saving the life of a child, saving hope. When the hero dog ceremony arrived, Max went up on stage. But he wasn't there for the applause, wasn't there for the fame. He was there to stay by Mara's side, the girl he saved, the girl who was now his family. At the end of the event, Mara ran up to him. She hugged him, her little arms around his neck, saying, "My hero, dog!" Nothing else mattered at that moment.